Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
Is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show. Last year we told you a story about Margaret Keane, who came from Westmeath, immigrated to Coventry, met her husband Bernie, got married and raised a family there. Then about 2 years ago, Margaret sadly passed away. Ever since, her family has been trying to get one line of an inscription written in Irish on her headstone. This was turned down and has developed into quite a legal battle over the last 12 months. Margaret and Bernie are very passionate Irish people. They were always involved in Irish things in Coventry, and they were both heavily involved with Roger Casement's GAA club. Bernie was also president of the GAA in Britain for many years. We're going to join Margaret's family and bring you up to date with the story. It's been a long road. Over 2 years now you've been trying to get your mum's headstone erected, and you've finally done it.
Yes, we did, Martin. We're totally delighted. It's been a really long journey, emotional, exhausting, and finally we get to stand here next to our mum's headstone with an Irish-only inscription. We couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah, well, of course, the Irish-only inscription was the thing that more or less caused the problem, wasn't it?
Absolutely, it was, yeah. And so it was important for us that we were able to share that with everyone on St Patrick's Day when we installed the headstone with that Irish-only inscription that was initially denied to us.
And what a great day to have the headstone erected here, St Patrick's Day. Wonderful.
Really poignant end to a really long journey, but a very symbolic ending, I think, for not just the family, but for all the Irish community that stood with us.
And of course you've had wonderful support down the way, you know, from all communities, all parts of the UK, and indeed in Ireland as well.
Yeah, we've been forever grateful for all the support that we've had, from politicians to Irish organisations to the ordinary person in the street, to everyone that reached out to us. They were really the ones that gave us the strength to carry on with the appeal and get to where we are today. So I don't think thank you is strong enough emotion, but thank you to everyone that supported us.
Now tell me about the inscription. First of all, what does it mean? And why was it so important to have an Irish inscription on your mum's headstone?
Yeah, so In Our Gria Gajo means in our hearts forever, which my dad picked with the rest of the family when we were planning the headstone. It was important that it was Irish only for a number of reasons, that other inscriptions in the graveyard don't have English translations. So for us it was about being treated the same, but more so that it was around respect to our identity and our heritage and our culture. Language is a gateway to culture, and for us we were being denied that in our last gift to our mum, which was a headstone to remember her. So we wanted to challenge that and fight for what we believed was right.
Your mum and dad heavily involved with the Irish community here in Coventry for many, many years, and of course your dad was president of the GEA for many years. Of course your history and heritage means an awful lot to you as a family going forward.
Absolutely, we're really very proud of both our parents, mum and dad, for their lifetime of commitment to the GAA in England, and particularly in Coventry and the West Midlands. So it was important that the headstone reflected their life, and the GAA was their life. So we're very proud that we've been able to stand up for that on their behalf.
Well, look at Bez, we're all delighted to see you here today. A smile on all your faces. It's a celebration time.
It absolutely is, and thank you, Martin, for supporting us as well.
Bernie, you must be really delighted to see this headstone here today.
Yes, Martin, we're very pleased. Delighted to have it. 2.5 years looking for it, knowing where it was, we couldn't use it. But at last we did use it, and now everybody is free to come and enjoy it with us.
And of course it's been a hard time for the family trying to get this headstone erected, hasn't it?
So it took us that length of time to acquire the stone. It took no time to put it up. As I said, we used Patrick's date to do it, and it worked out well.
And of course your face is very well known all around Britain, president of the GEA for many, many years.
Don't know about my face, but I can't answer with it.
It's great to see you smiling, Bernie. Lovely to join us on the show today.
Thank you, Martin.
Caroline, what do you think your mum would say today if she was here with us now, and all the fuss that's been about this inscription, and here it is, ready to go, and we can all see the headstone?
Well, that's it. Mum wouldn't have liked the fuss. She was a humble, simple woman. She didn't like to be centre of attention, but I think she'd be proud of us for standing up for what we thought was wrong, and she would have been with us every step of the way. So yeah, I think she'd be very proud of us all as a family for getting the result we did.
And of course, as we mentioned earlier on, you've had wonderful support from the community, but here last August you had a lovely celebration of our life. It was a beautiful evening. The church was here lit up in green, and it was fantastic.
It was, you know, and that was it was great to see the community pull together, the people who helped us put that on, as well as Reverend Gale. The support, you know, we haven't been alone on this journey. We've had a lot of people with us, which has been great.
So Caroline, as part of the legal team, of course, it's been quite a long battle for you, hasn't it?
It has, Martin. This has gone on for the best part of a year, which has just been such a long journey for an ordinary family to find themselves in. But as they've always said, it's never been a lonely journey. The community and its cross-community have really rallied around and stood shoulder to shoulder with the family.
For you, has this been quite a unique case? Do you come across a lot of this kind of thing?
It's very unique, Martin. It's we've got a landmark victory here. It's a case that went all the way to the most senior court in the ecclesiastical court system. So it certainly isn't something that we would see every day.
Now tell us a little bit about the court procedure since we last spoke to you. What happened and how eventually did you get the successful verdict?
Well, when we last spoke to you back in the summer, Martin, we were just waiting to hear whether we'd been given permission to appeal the decision which refused the Irish-only inscription. And after meeting with you back in the summer, we were pleased to get permission to proceed with the appeal. So the appeal went on. It's an incredibly long process because it is a court system that the family had to go through to get the judgment overturned. And we're very grateful that the three judges who heard the appeal back in February gave their preliminary decision on the day. We're still waiting for the full written judgment so we can see the reasons behind their decision, but it was incredibly helpful for the family to get that decision there and then on the day from the three judges, and it also enabled them to be in a position where they could get Margaret's headstone put in place for St Patrick's Day, which was incredibly important to them.
Of course, it's been a very sensitive case because you're dealing with somebody's headstone, you're dealing with families' feelings, and their mum has only just and wife, of course, has only passed away a short time ago. It's been a really difficult journey for the family, hasn't it?
It has, Martin, and it was just something that they never thought they'd find themselves in when they completed a simple application form, just like everybody else in this churchyard. But they were the only ones who had to go through this process just to have the same rights as everybody else in this churchyard, to have an inscription in their mother language.
When you eventually got the go-ahead to have the headstone erected, it was time to celebrate. It's been a hard legal battle which never really should have happened, but at least now you've got a successful result.
I think that's absolutely right, Martin, and the family have always said throughout the legal process their grieving was very much suspended, so it's a really poignant time for them now, and facing the loss of a mother, a grandmother, a wife and a daughter, and there are positive things that have come out of this as well. There's been everlasting friendships that have been formed. Cross community, we've all worked together, in particular with Reverend Gail here. She's been absolutely tremendous to the family and has really stood by them. And we've seen numbers increase in our own Irish language classes, across Coventry. So there's lots of positives to come out of this as well.
And I know that you've taken like a personal interest in this. You've done a lot of work outside of hours time to kind of get this successful result. So well done to you as well.
Oh, thanks very much, Martin. Well, I have to thank the legal team that are behind me. I work with two fantastic barristers, Keane Gallagher and Mary Rachel McKay, both at Doughty Street. And also Conran na Gaeilge, the Irish language group, they intervened in this case and they've got a tremendous legal team behind them as well.
It's great to see a satisfactory conclusion, and I know that Margaret's family are delighted to know that Margaret can rest in peace with her Irish inscription on her headstone, in our hearts forever. Now we're going to take a little break. Coming up in part 2, we'll be meeting John Glenn and the Mainliners. Don't go away.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
Is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
Welcome back. Now this year John Glynn is celebrating 45 years in the music business. He's recorded so many great songs down the years and has had numerous hits. And he's also in the unique position of having joined the Mainliners show band on 2 different occasions. Here's John with his story.
Thanks, Martin. It's a pleasure to be with you on Zoom.
Absolutely. Well, look, at technology is a great thing, John, but look, we didn't have all this technology 45 years ago when you first started out on your wonderful career.
There was no mod cons, really. Everything was hard graft. We didn't have, a lot of things have changed since then. It's easier to get our records or CDs or whatever played on air back in my, even at all the show bands before me. As you know, there was just one radio station in Ireland, in the Republic, and you done well to get any bit of airplay. So a lot of changes since then for the good for the music industry anyway.
But sadly, the one thing that we've all lost, of course, is the carnivals. And look, I've seen you playing at so many carnivals down the years and big, massive crowds. Sadly, those days have gone.
It was part of the culture, as you know, in Ireland back then. But I think from when the Stardust ballroom disaster happened, insurance went through the roof for people to get public liability and all that type of thing, and it just wasn't worth the effort. So yeah, there were a great help. The marquees, you know, even going to England with the band, I went with the Mainliners 3 times a year to England, I think, and you could play for 20 nights.
And now, 1975. Tell me about how that come about, you joining the Mainliners.
Yeah, we were busy with the Gamblers. We played a lot of the dinner dances. But it was experience. I didn't know the Mainliners at that time, although I was a big fan of theirs. I wasn't like one of these groupies type of things stuck on their faces and that, but I liked the Mainliners. Gentle Mother was a big hit for them in '66, put them on the road to fame. So they would have known of me. Henry called to my home place one Saturday afternoon, and he said that Big Tom was leaving the Mainliners. And yeah, I had heard that. I told him that. He said, "We're looking at a new singer. Would you be interested in doing an audition?" And so I didn't even know what audition meant. Play Monday nights just to get me exposed to maybe an awards or newspaper awards or something like that. And I remember going to the Longford Lear Awards. Tom and Larry and Lord rest them all, a lot of them gone.
Now, John, Sunny Side of the Mountain. I'll always associate that song with you. Of course, it was a big, big hit for you, and you got a gold disc at the time for that as well, for all your sales and everything.
Yeah, a simple wee song, an old Hawkshaw Hawkins song. I just don't know who, I've forgotten who wrote it, but Hawkshaw Hawkins, it was a version, his version that we recorded. It was a big hit. It's a big thing to get a hit record for a new artist. If we hadn't get the hit with the Sunny Side of the Mountain, you know, it would have been trouble regarding crowd-wise going to the dances. We were doing massive crowds, and Sunny Side of the Mountain was all to blame for that, you know. So it was a good number for me. It suited me. It was a typical Mainliners type song, and we recorded the album Sunny Side of the Mountain as well, and we got the gold disc for it.
and you had many hits during that time. But of course then in 1978 you decided you'd form your own band, and that was hugely successful for you. And of course, tell me about playing at Wembley Stadium in 1979.
That was our first time, massive crowd, with 80 or 90,000 people there. A lot of, it was the Marlborough Country Music Festival. Mervyn Conn was, he was the organizer. And there was a lot of them, met Stonewall Jackson, loads of all the top American country artists, male and female, were there. It was a massive event for us.
And then of course you played at all those places, you had all those hits, you performed and entertained us all down the years, and then 40 years later you rejoined the Mainliners, of course under different circumstances.
Henry then managed the Wranglers for, the Wranglers started in 78, and a couple of years after that, when the Mainliners disbanded, Henry managed their band, the Wranglers, and played in it as well. So yeah, I talked about maybe getting together with them for the 40th anniversary of me joining them, but that didn't happen. And then sadly Tom passed away, Lord rest him, and the plans were lifted again, and we went ahead with the reunion, and it was great. Yeah, it was great to get back with the boys, the remaining Mainliners. And well, John Beattie wasn't in the band, so Harry Conlon, he played with Big Tom and the Travellers for all of the Travellers' time, and Harry is in the Mainliners and a good replacement for John. And then we recorded the album Roses. Well, we took out a single, The Roses in the Snow, which was a song I recorded back in the 80s, I think. And it was an Emmylou Harris song, and she done a bluegrass style to it. And we done our own thing with the Wranglers. And then I rehearsed one even with the band, with the Mainliners, just to have another song for the program. And they seemed to fall in love with it. I
want you to tell us about your Facebook Live performance, when that goes out, and how often you do it.
We do it every Friday night, Martin, from 8 o'clock to 9 or 9:15 or thereabouts, sing 12 or 14 songs, and loads of reaction. It's unreal. People getting in touch, people, fans, and people that met husband and wives, met at our dances. You know, it's great to hear wee stories like that. And the streets of Baltimore, when the Robins come home, which is a massive hit at the minute.
We're all looking forward to seeing you on Facebook now next Friday night, and we'll get people here in the UK watching you and tuning in, and we'll look forward to your music. You've entertained us all so much here, all over the UK and all over Ireland and everywhere else. So many congratulations to you, and best wishes to you and the Mainliners for the future.
I met my darling in springtime, when all the flowers were in bloom, and like the flowers our love blossomed, we married in the month of June. Our love was like a burning ember, it warmed us as a golden glow. We had sunshine in December, and threw our roses in the snow. Now God has taken my darling and left me with a memory, one memory I will always cherish, were these last words she said to me. Our love was like a burning ember, it warmed us as a golden glow. We had sunshine in December, and threw our roses in the snow. My darling's buried on the hillside, where all sunshine in December, and through our roses in the snow. Our love was like a burning ember, it warmed us as a golden glow. We had sunshine in December, and through our roses in the snow.
Many congratulations to John on celebrating 45 years in the music business. What a great achievement, and we wish John and the Mainliners the very best of luck with our brand new album, Roses in the Snow. Now that's the end of the show for this week. Henry McGlade is back with us next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock with his show from County Mayo, and we are here as usual with the Irish in the UK at 7:30. Until then, take good care.